I'm going to make an attempt today to explain to you what hanging out with Barbara Sher is all about. It's on my new site, Barbara's Club, and it's a membership part of it. You have to join it. And it's something very special that means a lot to me and I think is going to make a big difference to you. It's totally new. It's nothing I've ever been able to put into my books or even my workshops. And the only place it ever showed up where other people were around is during my retreats. When we 5-day, 6-day retreats, we'd be all wiped out. I always gave a 2 or 3 hour break in the middle. And we'd be hanging out together, walking around, looking at things. And that's when I would talk about things that I never got a chance to talk about. And the special thing about it is that it's about happiness, but I don't talk about happiness. I don't even understand why anybody talks about happiness because it doesn't actually do anything. I mean, we know it would be nice to be happy, but it's bigger than that. It's a lot bigger than that. There's something exhilarating that was going on in our lives when we were young, and for most of us, once we grew up, it went away. We became the people with the to-do lists, the people that are sort of either accomplishing our to-do lists or always behind, and that's our main definition. But there are things, if they happen in college too, or they happen in school, or they happen at a certain special moment, and they wake up your brain like champagne and strawberries. They're very special. Somebody called them brain candy, but they're also emotional. And these are things that bring back something that's incredibly essential for every single one of us if we're going to figure out what our dreams are, if we're going to understand how important they are, and if we're going to stick to them. But hanging out with Barbara Sher is not a course. You're not going to set any goals. I don't have that wonderful backwards flowchart I invented, or any of the other things I invented that would help you figure out what you really love. Understand that it's essential that you do it, because when you love something, that's a message from your DNA telling you that you're gifted at it. You have to do it. You have to do it. You can look at other videos I've made and they'll explain why you have to do it, but for right now, let's just let it rest at that. You have to do it. You won't be happy if you don't. And it's not right if you don't anyway. But I found out something that, I've spent the last 30 years looking for one thing after another that stopped us from knowing what we wanted or stopped us from doing what we wanted. And I've come up with some goodies, some real goodies. And you'll find them here on Barbara's Club. Barbara's Club will hold hanging out with me, and it'll also hold a number of courses that we're going to do, and we'll have ways to get you rolling. But the thing that's always been missing is what I really do on my own. That fills my heart with joy. And I've written up some things, and I've got some things on video, and I've got some things that'll make you laugh, I hope, and make you think, always think, but in a way you're going to enjoy. And I could have put it in a book, I do that, but I don't want you to have a book that you can put back up on the shelf and say, okay, I'll read that, but I've also got that to read and that to read. And if you're like me, you have 10 books open in your house anyway. And I don't want to do it in a workshop, and not even in a retreat anymore, because retreats are like heaven, but you always have to leave them behind. Go back to your life and try to hang on to them. And it's not easy. It's really not easy. What I want to be able to do is tap you on the shoulder 3 times a week and wake you up and tell you wonderful, delicious things so that you'll understand how rich life is. You'll begin to feel some of that joy you had as a kid, and you'll have the vitamins you need. I sent all the, I put together 3 or 4 weeks of hanging out with Barbara Sher. It's so stupid to say my own name over it again, but some people don't know me, so I have to keep saying that. I sent out a number of it to a bunch of guinea pigs and said, please tell me your reaction. And so I would do what I want to do with you, which is tap them on the shoulder 3 times a week and have something easy to look at. It doesn't take up a lot of time, but impactful, really strong. Not not like anything you'll find anywhere else. And I asked them to tell me what they thought of it. And the reactions were amazing. At no time in hanging out do I talk about going after your dreams. I talk about it everywhere else. I talk about it on airplanes with people who are unlucky enough to ask me what I do, and I collar them and I make them admit what they'd love to do, and then I show them how to do it. These are perfect strangers, you understand. I mean, I don't get invited to parties too often because I'm a pest. I bother people about goals all the time, but I don't bother people about goals and hanging out. Not at all, not even once. Not even once. And these lovely people who were willing to be my guinea pigs and let me send them things and tell me how they reacted, they sent back the most amazing feedback. One of them said, I'm on my way to a job I hate, and I drive there every day, and today I remembered, because I listened to what you sent this morning, and believe me, it had nothing to do with what she did. Because I listened to what you sent this morning, I turned on Vivaldi and I played The Seasons on the way to work, and I was happy when I got there. I had forgotten to do that. I hadn't suggested she do that, but there was something about what she was reading that made her feel that way. And someone else said, you made me laugh this morning with your video, but you also made me remember how important it is that I go after my dreams, and I have forgotten that. And another one said, see if I can get this right. Thank you for letting us know that wanting to watch the snow fall and loving colors is a part of our gift, is a part of what is inside us and valuable. So here's what you have to look forward to. Me popping into your life 3 times a week for the next year. I need a year, got a lot of work to do here. Making you laugh and helping wake up your senses and doing things, doing lots of things to help you be glad you're alive. Helping you remember who you are and why it's good to be here. And it's going to be a gorgeous year. It's ridiculously cheap. You have to be like foolish not to do it. So I hope you'll come over to hanging out with Barbara Sher. I'm going to be there. I would love to have you be there too.